Welcome to the deep dive. Today, our goal is really to give you a shortcut, a way to sound more fluent, more confident, and just really natural in English. We're diving deep into, well, a whole collection of advanced vocabulary words, the kind native speakers actually use.
It's amazing, isn't it, how just one word, the right word, can totally change how your message lands.
Totally.
And this isn't about, just collecting fancy words for the sake of it. It's about getting tools, precise tools.
Right.
These words let you express complex thoughts, feelings, all those subtle shades of meaning that, let's face it, basic textbook words they can't capture.
They really can't.
It really lifts your speaking and writing up a level. You move from just knowing English to really expressing yourself with it.
Absolutely. And with that in mind, we've actually grouped these words into themes.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it's not just a random list. It's more like a strategic path, to make your English more impactful. So let's jump in.
Well,
Okay, first up, this segment is all about words that help you describe things with, like laser focus, real attention to detail.
precision.
Exactly. No more fuzzy language. We want surgical precision here.
Yeah, and these aren't just, simple synonyms. They're usually stronger or more specific. They carry this weight of thoroughness or saturation, or maybe a really practical mindset. Adds a bit of sophistication.
Okay, so where do we start?
Let's start with ubiquitous. It's an adjective. It means basically present everywhere. So common, you just can't avoid it.
Okay.
Think way stronger than just common or popular. It implies total saturation.
Saturation, right.
So instead of saying smartphones are everywhere, which is fine, you could say smartphones are absolutely ubiquitous these days.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, you see them everywhere, right? Cafes, buses, parks. It's great for talking about trends, tech, fashion, anything that feels like it's just taken over.
That really nails that feeling of something you just can't escape. Okay, so if something's ubiquitous, what about the effort involved in making something super exact?
Well, that leads nicely into meticulous, another adjective.
Meticulous.
Yeah. It means showing great attention to detail, very careful, very precise. It's much stronger than just saying someone's careful.
Okay.
It implies real thoroughness, diligence. She's a meticulous editor. She catches even the tiniest grammatical errors.
Oh, I know people like that.
Right. Or think about a watchmaker, carefully putting together all those tiny bits. They'd be meticulous.
Got it. So perfect for describing detailed work, planning, research, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And when that meticulous effort actually works, the result is something accurate.
Accurate. Oh, correct.
Well, yes, but accurate often implies a bit more. It suggests a verifiable correctness, especially with data, measurements, precise information. It's got a higher standard of truth than just being, say, right about an opinion.
I see the difference. So you wouldn't just say the scientist was right.
You'd say the scientist's measurements were incredibly accurate. It suggests that careful, meticulous work paid off in correctness.
Okay, that makes sense. And I guess if you're aiming for accuracy, that often comes from being diligent, right?
Exactly. Diligent. An adjective meaning hardworking and careful. It's much better than just saying hard worker.
How so?
Because diligence highlights that persistent effort plus the careful attention. He's a diligent student who always meets deadlines and thoroughly researches his papers. It really emphasizes the dedication involved.
Dedication, right. Okay. Moving from ideas to getting things done, we need to be
pragmatic. Often, yes, pragmatic is an adjective. It means dealing with things sensibly, realistically, based on practical stuff rather than just theories.
So more down to earth.
Pretty much. It's more specific than just practical because it really focuses on the approach you take to solving problems. Effectiveness in the real world beats some pie-in-the-sky idea.
Okay, give me an example.
So instead of just, we need a practical solution, you might hear, look, we need a pragmatic solution to this budget issue, not just an idealistic one that sounds nice but won't actually work.
Gotcha. Good for decisions, solutions, approaches.
Yeah, even people or philosophies can be pragmatic.
Okay. Now, what about describing something big or important?
For that, substantial is a great choice. Adjective, again, means of considerable importance, size, or worth.
So more than just big or a lot.
Definitely. It sounds more formal, more impactful. It implies real weight or significance.
Okay.
Like they made substantial progress on the project this week. It suggests more than just a little bit of progress.
It's like real meaningful progress.
Or we need substantial evidence to support this claim, meaning more than just flimsy anecdotes.
I can see that. Useful for amounts, progress, evidence, arguments.
Absolutely. Anything with real heft.
Yeah.
Now, building on that, a really precise one is conducive.
Conducive.
Adjective. It means making a certain situation or outcome likely or possible. Basically, favorable or helpful. It's a sophisticated way to talk about environments or factors that enable something to happen, often used with to.
How did that work?
So instead of just saying, a quiet room helps you study, you'd say, a quiet room is much more conducive to studying than a noisy cafe.
Ah, it enables the studying.
Precisely. Or, his supportive attitude is very conducive to teamwork. It helps the teamwork happen.
Nice. Good for environments, conditions, attitudes.
Exactly. Factors that help things along.
Okay, last one for this section. When you're being meticulous or diligent, you're doing more than just looking, right?
You're really engaging. Which brings us to the verb observe.
Observe, like watching.
Yes, but more active. It means to notice or watch carefully, often analytically. It's not just passively seeing something. Observing implies intention, care, analysis.
Okay, so like a scientist.
Exactly. A scientist observing cell behavior under a microscope isn't just glancing, they're watching closely, analytically.
So I wouldn't just say, I watch how native speakers talk.
You could, but saying, I observe how native speakers talk, noting their intonation and gestures, sounds much more, observant and analytical. More precise.
Got it. That's a really useful set for adding precision. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. This next group of words, this is about expressing more complex stuff, right? Ideas, feelings, judgments, moving beyond simple descriptions.
Exactly. This is where you really start adding layers and sophistication to your communication.
Layers, yeah.
These words let you capture subtle differences, things that might get lost otherwise. They help paint a much richer, more accurate picture, whether it's your own feelings or a complex situation.
All right, lead the way.
Let's start with eloquent. Adjective. Means fluent and persuasive in speaking or writing.
Eloquent.
Yeah.
Sounds quite formal.
It is a bit more sophisticated than just saying someone is well-spoken. It implies not just clarity, but also grace, style, and real persuasive power. You might hear, she gave an eloquent speech that moved the entire audience. Or, his writing is remarkably eloquent. It suggests beauty and impact.
Nice. So good for describing speeches, writing, arguments that really hit home.
And related, but slightly different, is articulate.
Articulate. That could be an adjective or a verb, right?
It can. As an adjective, it means being able to express thoughts clearly and effectively. While it's similar to eloquent, articulate focuses maybe more on the clarity and effectiveness, making complex things understandable.
So less about beauty, more about clarity.
Perhaps, yeah. You might say she's incredibly articulate when discussing complex topics, breaking them down so everyone gets it. Much stronger than just good at talking.
Definitely. Okay, what about when you want to be really direct?
Maybe even blunt.
Ah, then you want candid. Adjective, meaning honest and straightforward.
Candid. Like a candid photo. Unposed.
Sort of, yeah. It implies an openness, maybe skipping the pleasantries to get straight to the truth. It's often appreciated for its sincerity, even if it's blunt.
So instead of just honest feedback, you might say, I truly appreciate your candid feedback on my presentation. It really helped me see where I need to improve. It highlights the directness.
Okay, but what if things aren't clear? What if they're fuzzy?
That's where ambiguous comes in. Adjective again. It means open to more than one interpretation. Unclear or inexact.
Ambiguous.
Oh.
So confusing.
Potentially, yeah. It highlights a lack of definite meaning, leaves room for different understandings or possibilities, like, his answer was ambiguous, I still don't know what he really meant. It could have meant a couple of things.
Right, okay, so that's about unclear meaning. What about unclear feelings, like being torn?
Oh, perfect word for that. Ambivalent. Adjective. It means having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about something or someone.
Ambivalent, not ambiguous.
Right, they sound similar but are different. Ambiguous is about unclear meaning. Ambivalent is about conflicting feelings. It captures that inner tug of war much better than just saying you're unsure.
Give me an example.
I feel ambivalent about moving abroad. I'm really excited for the adventure, but honestly, sad to leave my family. See? Pulled both ways.
Yeah, I get that. Excellent word for complex emotions about decisions, people.
Definitely. Now, if something is puzzling, maybe intentionally mysterious.
Like a riddle.
Sort of. You might call it enigmatic. Adjective. Means mysterious and difficult to understand, but often in a captivating way.
More than just strange or mysterious.
Yeah, it's more evocative. Think of the Mona Lisa's smile. It's not just odd, it's enigmatic.
Okay.
So she gave me an enigmatic smile, leaving me wondering what she was truly thinking.
I like that. Okay, and if you're facing a really tricky problem, a real head scratcher.
You've got yourself a conundrum. That's a noun.
Conundrum.
Yeah, it means a confusing or difficult problem or question. It sounds more sophisticated than just problem, and it implies a kind of puzzle or riddle-like difficulty.
Like.
Deciding between two equally great job offers, that can be a real conundrum.
Okay. Now, what about things that look good on the surface, but lack depth?
Superficial. Good word. Adjective. Means appearing to be true, real, or significant only until you look closer. It suggests a lack of substance, or maybe not thinking things through deeply.
So like surface level changes.
Exactly. The changes to the company policy were only superficial. Nothing really improved underneath. It was just for show.
Got it. Not deep.
Right. And sometimes confused with superficial, but different, is superfluous.
Superfluous. How's that different?
Superfluous is also an adjective, but it means unnecessary, especially because there's more than enough. Redundant, excessive.
So superficial is lacking depth. Superfluous is just extra, unneeded.
Precisely. It's a sophisticated way to say extra or unneeded, and often implies waste or inefficiency.
Example.
All these extra features on the new software seem superfluous. The basic version does everything I need, or his lengthy explanation was mostly superfluous because we already got the main point.
Okay, unnecessary excess. Got it. And the opposite of superficial, something with real depth or impact.
Profound. That's a strong one. Adjective. It has two main uses, either very great or intense, or having or showing great knowledge or insight.
So stronger than just deep or serious.
Much stronger. It implies significant depth, impact, or insight. Think. The book had a profound effect on my worldview. It really changed things.
Okay.
Or she expressed profound gratitude for their help, intense gratitude. Or he is a scholar of profound knowledge, deep insight.
Wow, yeah. Very versatile for effects, emotions, thoughts, people.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you're trying to learn and use all these words, sometimes you might feel a bit frustrated.
Yes. It's an adjective, meaning annoyed or upset because you can't achieve something. It perfectly captures that feeling when the words just won't come.
I feel frustrated when I forget words mid-sentence. Story of my life sometimes.
Totally relatable. But the goal, of course, is to feel confident. An adjective meaning sure of yourself and your abilities.
Right.
He is confident while speaking English, even if he makes a small mistake. That's the aim. Okay, let's pivot again. This next set of words feels like it's about change, time, dealing with difficulties.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. These words help us describe duration, how we recover, how things improve, and just the nature of challenges themselves, capturing the dynamics of life, really.
The ebb and flow, yeah.
Exactly. They let us talk about things that are fleeting and also about strength and resilience, how situations shift.
Okay, what's first?
Let's start with something fleeting. Ephemeral.
Adjective.
Ephemeral. Sounds poetic.
It often is. It means lasting for a very short time, fleeting or transient. It's more evocative, maybe more beautiful than just saying short-lived or temporary, often used for intangible things.
Like feelings or...
Exactly. The feeling of joy after winning was ephemeral. The pressure came back the next day. Or think about internet trends. Social media trends are often ephemeral, gone as quickly as they appear.
Captures that blink and you miss it quality. Nice. So that's for things that pass quickly. What about the ability to withstand difficulties? To bounce back? A fantastic word for that is resilient. Adjective.
Resilient, I like that.
It means able to recover quickly from difficulties. Tough. Adaptable. It's more nuanced than just strong or tough. It really emphasizes that ability to bounce back and adapt.
So not just enduring, but recovering.
Precisely. Like, children can be surprisingly resilient in the face of adversity. They adapt. or even materials. This new material is highly resilient to extreme temperatures. It withstands and recovers.
Great word for people, communities, economies, material.
Very useful. Now, when you want to make a difficult situation less bad,
You want to ease it.
yes, you alleviate it. That's a verb. It means to make suffering, a problem, or a deficiency less severe.
Alleviate, like taking medicine to alleviate pain.
Perfect example. Or meditation helps alleviate stress. It makes it less severe, more bearable. It's more precise than just reduce.
Okay, now what if a task isn't just hard, it's exhausting, really tough?
Then you'd call it arduous. Adjective, meaning involving or requiring strenuous effort, difficult and tiring, grueling.
Arduous. Wow, sounds tough.
It implies it. It's much stronger than just hard or difficult. It really emphasizes the exhausting, demanding nature of something, like the climb to the summit was an arduous journey, taking over 12 hours.
You wouldn't use that for just any difficult task.
No, it's reserved for things that really test your endurance. Difficult journeys, processes, work.
Got it. And the opposite. What if something makes a bad situation even worse?
Then it exacerbates the situation. That's a verb.
Exacerbate. Sounds negative.
It is. It means to make a problem, bad situation, or negative feeling worse. To aggravate or intensify it. It's more formal and specific than just make worse.
Okay.
Often used for serious things, like his critical comments only exacerbated her anxiety, made it worse. Or the heavy rains exacerbated the flooding situation, turned a small problem into a bigger one.
Right, making something worse. Okay. And what about something that you just can't avoid? It's definitely going to happen.
That would be inevitable, adjective,
Yeah.
meaning certain to happen, unavoidable.
Inevitable. Stronger than just unavoidable.
Yeah, it feels stronger, maybe more formal. It often carries a sense of fate or logical certainty. Like with climate change accelerating, some impacts now seem inevitable.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Or conflict was inevitable given their opposing views. It highlights an outcome that just couldn't be prevented.
Makes sense. And thinking about time, how things play out.
Right. We often talk about things happening eventually. That's an adverb meaning after a long time or in the end.
But keep practicing. You'll speak fluently eventually.
Exactly. Or something might happen rapidly. Another adverb meaning very fast, quickly.
She is rapidly improving her English skills,
That's the goal.
which leads us to the verb improve, meaning to make or become better. Simple, but essential.
I'm trying to improve my grammar. Always.
And as you learn all these words, you expand your vocabulary. That's a verb too, meaning to grow or increase in size, number, or importance.
Reading books helps you expand your vocabulary. Absolutely true.
Definitely. Okay, we're on to our last group of words. This seems to be about impact, connection, communication.
Yeah, exactly. These are words that help describe influence, maybe those surprising moments of discovery, and just how we connect and communicate effectively. Adds another layer of sophistication.
Good, because clear communication is key.
Absolutely. This final set really helps you talk about significant effects, cleverness, good fortune, and those nuances in how we interact. More precision again.
All right, let's hear them.
Okay, first, a really lovely word. Serendipity. It's a noun.
Serendipity, I know this one. Lucky chances.
That's it. Finding something good without looking for it. It's much nicer than just a lucky moment. It feels almost magical.
Right.
Meeting her at the airport, totally by chance, and finding out we were going to the same conference. Pure serendipity.
Love it. Okay, what if someone is really sharp, perceptive, clever?
You'd call them astute. Adjective, meaning clever and able to understand things quickly or able to accurately assess situations or people and use that understanding.
Astute, better than just smart.
Yeah, it implies more shrewdness, insight, maybe even a strategic element. She's an astute businesswoman, always spotting opportunities others miss.
Okay, astute. Got it. Now, what about putting two things together to highlight how different they are? Like in art or writing.
You juxtapose them. That's the verb.
Juxtapose.
Yeah, to place or deal with things close together for contrasting effect. It's a precise way to describe that technique used to make a point by showing contrast.
Give me an example.
The documentary juxtaposed images of great wealth with scenes of terrible poverty to make a powerful point about inequality.
Right, the contrast makes the point stronger. Okay, then there's essential. Seems basic, but important.
Very important. Adjective meaning absolutely necessary or important, fundamental. Using it precisely really emphasizes that something is indispensable.
Like water is essential for life.
Exactly. You can't overstate its importance. It's fundamental.
Okay. And if something makes you admire it because of its quality or skill.
It's impressive. Adjective. Evoking admiration through size, quality, or skill. It goes beyond just good. It's noteworthy.
Her English accent is very impressive.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And if you want to give someone a reason to do something, to get them going,
You encourage them.
or you motivate them, that's the verb, to provide someone with a reason for doing something, to make someone eager. It's about sparking action.
This deep dive motivates me to study every day.
Hopefully. And the goal we're all aiming for, of course, is to be fluent.
Fluent. Adjective.
Right. Able to express oneself easily and articulately, especially in a foreign language. Smooth, natural speech. I want to be fluent in English.
Me too. And all these words help us handle different.
Situations. That's the noun. A set of circumstances, a state of affairs. Learning advanced words helps you navigate diverse real-life situations more effectively.
Right. And to get good, we need to practice.
Frequently. Adverb, meaning often, at short intervals,
Yeah.
you've got to practice speaking frequently.
No shortcuts there. And the ultimate goal of all this learning.
To communicate better, the verb. To impart or exchange information or ideas. That's why we learn English, right? To connect, to share, to communicate more effectively.
Absolutely. That's a fantastic range of words. So wow, that was a lot of ground. We covered some really powerful words there. But, knowing them is one thing.
Step one.
Right. But actually using them naturally,
Yeah.
confidently, that feels like the real challenge. That's the game changer, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's where the magic happens.
So what's the best way? How do we get these words out of our notebooks and into our actual conversations?
Yeah, good question. I think the key is active integration, not just passively recognizing them, and definitely don't try to force all 20 into your next chat.
No, that would sound weird.
It really would. My advice, pick just one or maybe two, the ones that really click with you, that feel genuinely useful for you.
Okay, start small.
Yeah. And then practice deliberately. Maybe try using just that one new word sometime during the day in a real conversation, if possible.
Or even just practicing.
Totally. Spend 5 minutes writing a few sentences using it. Keep a little journal or practice with a friend. You could even try shadowing, Listen to a deep dive like this, pause, and repeat some phrases with the new words.
Shadowing, yeah, that's effective.
And crucially, listen for them. When you're watching movies, listening to podcasts, in real conversations, actively tune your ear. When you hear one, notice how it was used. The context is everything.
Right. See it in the wild. #tag your deep dive challenge. Okay, so connecting that back to you, listening right now, here's your deep dive challenge.
Homework.
Haha, the good kind. From all those words we just went through, pick, say 3. Just 3 that stood out to you. And your challenge is to try and use them. Maybe write a sentence for each, even better. Try to actually use at least 3 of them in your spoken English sometime this week.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, whether you're chatting with a friend, describing your day to someone, or honestly, even just talking to yourself in the mirror. Get them out. Sell them all out.
That act of actually producing the word is so important.
Exactly. That's what makes it stick. #tag bonus resource and final thought. And hey, just to help you out, there might be a handy PDF with all these words, meanings, examples available, something to keep your learning going. Just check out the show notes for any details on that.
Nice. And maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Yeah.
Just consider this. Think about how a single, really well-chosen word can completely change how people perceive your message. It can take a simple statement and make it sound truly, eloquent. What possibilities does that open up for you? Professionally, personally, something to think about.
#tag outro the outro.
That is definitely something to think about. And that wraps up our deep dive for today into advanced English vocabulary. Thanks so much for joining us on this. We really hope you feel better equipped now, armed with some new tools.
Yeah, remember, new words really can lead to new confidence and just more clarity when you communicate. Every word you master, it's another step towards unlocking your full potential in English.
Well said. So keep learning, keep boosting those skills, and keep shining in your English. We'll catch you on the next deep dive. Take care.
Enjoyed the video? Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe for more English learning videos. See you in the next lesson.